Today we're going to be looking at how to write an email in French and the conventions that are associated with that. So we're going to take page 10 of your Unit 2 booklet and look at this particular email here. So this is our lecture, our reading, and it says, J'ai des problèmes, I have problems. So let's look at some of the conventions. In an email, you will always have the a and de. So a being the addressee, so who it is to, and then de is who it's from. So you can think about the a as in the addressee, so it starts with an a, and then de is from. Here we have two email addresses. Then we have to talk about what is the subject of the email. In French, the subject is objet, objet. And here the subject is les tâches ménagères, which means our household chores. Now, our email is always going to start with a greeting and the name of the recipient. So here we know two things. Firstly, when we look at the salut, we know that this is informal language. If it were formal, we might see something like Monsieur, Madame, but salut is the casual hello. And then we know that the recipient is Simon. And here we're assuming that Simon is a boy, but in French you will always be able to know whether the recipient is a boy or a girl by looking at the adjective agreements in questions. All right. At the beginning, very often, you will have the purpose of writing. And indeed, here we have the purpose. So, c'est ton ami Lise. It's your friend Lise. Je t'écris parce que j'ai des problèmes avec mes parents et ma famille. Je t'écris is I am writing to you because I have problems with my parents and my family. So there's always a purpose somewhere which should be relatively evident to you often in the opening lines. You then have the main body, which is composed of a few paragraphs. So it might be here a few paragraphs like this, 1, 2, and 3. And very often you'll have some level of interactivity. So you will engage your audience by asking questions. So at the end here, qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour changer la situation? What can I do to change the situation? S'il te plaît, donne-moi des conseils. Please give me tips or give me advice. So again, this comes back to the purpose. What is the purpose? The purpose is to talk about problems, but mostly to seek advice. So there you go. Here are again a few conventions of our email text type. So we have the a and the de, which are the email addresses of the sender and the recipient. We have the subject. We have the greeting and the name of the recipient. Remember, this will always give you a lot of information about the formality of the relationship between two individuals. And then you have the body of the text and some kind of conclusion. Here again we have this informal language bis, which means kisses, Lise. So there are always a few giveaways as to what kind of language is being used.